Dent Blanche. The Dent Blanche is a mountain in the Pennine Alps, lying in the canton of Valais in Switzerland. It is 4,358 meters, 14,298 feet high. It is one of the highest peaks in the Alps. Naming. The original name was probably Dent de Rong, the actual name of the nearby Dent de Rong, which does not overlook the Val Thierrens. The nearby north face of the Dent de Rong is glaciated while the Dent Blanche holds much less snow. It was even called Dent Noire, Black Tooth, on the Woerl Atlas of 1842. In fact, on older maps, in the area where lie both summits, only the name Weisszahnhorn, from German, White Tooth Peak, was indicated, the French name, Dent Blanche, appearing in 1820 only. Because cartographers usually made their observations far away from the mountainous remote areas, and also because the Dent de Rong is sometimes hidden behind the Dent Blanche, thus less visible, the latter received the name. The inhabitants of the lower Val Thierrens called the actual Dent de Rong, Dent Blanche, but the ones of the upper Val Thierrens called the mountain, Dent de Rong or Dent de Rong, contributing to the general confusion. The actual names are official since the completion of the Dufour map in 1862. Geography. The summit of Dent Blanche is an important geographic place as it is the converging point of three ridges. The three valleys separated by them are the Val Thierrens, Val d'Anneviers and Matador. The respective villages of Eveline, Zinal and Sermont lie approximately at the same distance of the mountain. The Dent Blanche has four steep faces rising over four glaciers. The northeast face, also called North Face, rises above the Grand Cornier Glacier, part of the Zinal Glacier. The southeast face rises above the Schumbiel Glacier, part of the Zmutt Glacier. The southwest face rises above the Manzets Glacier, part of the Furpical Glacier, and, finally, the northwest face of Dent Blanche rises above the Homonym Glacier. The four ridges encompass almost exactly the four cardinal directions. The west ridge is named Ridi de Furpical and the east ridge is named Ridi de Quatre Anes. The Col de la Dent Blanche, 3,531 meters, lies at the foot of the northern ridge. The Bivouac de la Dent Blanche is located there. The Dent Blanche hut lies at the foot of the southern ridge, which is used as the normal route. The grade of the route is AD 3+. The region around Dent Blanche consists of many 4,000 meters peaks. The Obergabelhorn, west, Dent Thierrens and Matterhorn, south, are the closest high summits. Climbing history. The first ascent was made via the south ridge, Juan Flugrat, which is the less difficult route to the summit and the actual normal route. On July 12, 1862, T.S. Kennedy, after an attempt on the east face of the unconquered Matterhorn, almost reached the summit with the guides Peter Tauchwalder and his son. But after a minor accident, Peter Tauchwalder refused to go any higher. Kennedy would finally reach the summit only a few days later, on July 18, 1862 with W. Wigram, J. Cross and J. Koenig, despite adverse weather conditions. A route on the East Ridge was opened on August 11, 1882 by John Stafford Anderson and G. P. Baker, with guides Alois Pollinger of St. Niklaus in the Canton Valais and Ulrich Almer. They started from the Mountain Hut and arrived at the summit after a difficult 12 hours climbing on a dangerous ridge overlooking the north face. Almer said on the summit, "We are four asses," and the ridge was then named Ridi de Quatre Anes or Vierzelsgrat, Ridge of the Four Asses. The North Ridge was explored in 1899. On 28 August O.G. Jones, F. W. Hill with guide Z. Furrer, C. Zurbriggen and J. Vanier headed to the summit, but they fell and only Hill survived. He reached alone the summit and a storm forced him to make a bivouac. He could report the news of the fatal accident in Sermont only 2 days later. The first ascent of the north-northwest ridge, described as one of the last great problems of the Pennine Alps, was by Dorothy Pilley Richards and Aya Richards with Joseph Georges and Antoine Georges on July 20, 1928. Dorothy Pilley Richards later wrote up the ascent in her mountaineering memoir, Climbing Days, 1935. The first ascent of the North Face is attributed to K. Schneider and F. Singer on 26 and August 27, 1932. They climbed from the left part at the base of the face to the summit. Only on July 12, 1966, Michel and Yvette Voucher made a direct ascent on the North Face. The first winter ascent by the North Ridge was completed by P. Credes and J. Godin on March 2, 1963. A solo winter ascent on the North Face was made for the first time in 1968 by C. Borneson.